I have an evil intent towards this plant. Have a look at it. It's a lovely thing. It's a Tibouchina, and it's a particularly good variety, but it's gone a bit rangy. If you look at this plant beside it here, which happens to be a port wine magnolia, but that doesn't matter. See how it hides the fence? It's green and it's lush. This thing, most of its foliage is above the fence, and really it's sort of a bit ugly down low, so it's aching to be pruned, or at least I'm aching to prune it. Now, when do you prune it and how? You prune it when it suits you, and you prune it to suit yourself. Don't worry about all these things you often read in magazines and all the rest, that you've got to prune a certain plant a certain way and all that. No, if it looks ugly, prune it, and prune as much off it as you think is good to prune. Now, what am I going to do? Well, there's new little shoots all the way along the stems on this plant, probably because it's been stressed and there's some rain recently. So if I take about 1 metre off over the top, it'll thicken right up at the base here, it'll flower better, it'll look better. So what I'm aiming to do is get that metre off the top, so it's up on the ladder. Now, it's important every so often to stand back and see how you're going. Ideally, we want a sort of a neat semi-rounded shape, but that's not too bad. A bit more to take off the back though. Now you'll notice that this has got a nice shape to it now. This will thicken up very quickly, but you'll notice the whole top is rounded, like a shrub normally looks. Tibouchinas love to be pruned, and this particular one with all little shoots along the branches there will really recover very quickly. But while I'm here, Mitch, you can just come in. Now this really, I'm really offended by this. This is a variegated Metrocidrus next door, and look, it's reverted to green. You always take those bits out right back to the beginning of the green bit. So if you've got any variegated plant at all, anything with the little yellow or white bits, the edge of the leaf, get rid of them. But look, I'm in the mood now. This thing is going a bit rangy. These sort of pruners, by the way, are fantastic for this sort of job, but just right at the top there, it's just going up a little bit much. So these things have a hook on the end of them, which means you can do your pruning from ground level, and it's a simple enough matter just to do something like that. The hook is really good at pulling the bits out. Don't ever be frightened to prune plants. Don't be frightened it's the wrong time of the year. Don't be frightened that you need to know exactly how to do it. If it needs a touch-up, 365 and 1/4 days of the year, as far as I'm concerned, any day will do for most of it.